So a lot of people, myself included, have been waiting for FMS to come out with a larger crawler. They're known for their 18 scale models, they're highly detailed 18 scale models, and we wanted to see that in a 10 scale version. However, they went smaller. See the cars behind me? They're 24 scale crawlers, which actually look really good, but we were hoping for 10 scale, and you need to see these things. All right, check these out. These are the new Power Wagons from FMS. It's on the FCX24 chassis, and they look really, really cool. But there's something bothering me about them. These are more 18th scale like, and let me show you really quick before we get into what's included, all the features and stuff. We just got to talk about this. Check this out. This is their 18th scale Atlas 6x6. And it's pretty much the same size as their 24 scale. And I mean, it's got the same width to it. Look, actually, it's a little bit wider than the Atlas 6x6. The only thing I noticed is if I match up the wheelbase here to this, it's a little bit shorter. So to me, these are 18 scale short wheelbase rigs. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. All right, now that I got that out of the way, let's talk about what comes in this kit. This is a really well-packed kit full of features. We've got the model. This is how it comes right out of the box. You don't have to paint it. You have the option of the 3 different colors here. There is your radio system, multifunction, and you're going to use a number of the functions. I'll show you that in a minute. And here's everything that comes in the box. All right. Instruction manual, decals. These are some decals so you can go and customize it with the logo Butcher Butch. Yeah, all right, you can go with that one. Here's the roll cage. You do have to go and assemble this. You have to put the fuel tank together. You got to glue that together. Here is the spare tire that goes on the back. It just clips in and the tire screws down to that plate there. They give you an open differential. That was pretty interesting. Maybe you want to go throw this in the front for better steering, throw it in the rear and just have the front locked up to pull yourself over stuff. Whatever you want to do, it's in there. It's in there. And then we've got the FMS USB charger and then a box wrench for the wheels. And then we've got this little sticker sheet right here, the Power Wagon sticker sheet. And look at the name up front. It says Doug, not Dodge. Doug. So if your name is Doug or you've been thinking about switching your name to Doug, you're in luck. You have this sticker sheet.
See you later, new Doug.
Okay, and now something else really cool that I want to throw out at you guys. They're going to be throwing free gifts in the boxes. And it could be anything from like the C-hubs here to portal axle covers to differentials, servo mount, and even possibly a spare battery. Pretty neat that's going to come in those kits. All right, here is the rig itself. It has a hard body to it, really nicely painted and detailed. Small lights with LEDs in the front, snorkel, clear windows. The only thing it doesn't have is an interior. So to me, I don't have to put a driver in there, which I am totally fine with. All right, now the wheels and tires, very Mogrich-like, and again, those are from an 18 scale vehicle, but I actually really like these tires. They look so cool, and they've got some weight to it, which will help keep this thing down on the ground. All right, I've already gone ahead here and assembled most of this one, or actually, I've assembled all of this one. I've got the roll bar out back, I've got the spare tire on there, I've got the fuel tank, and I've already kind of popped the body off so we could check out under the hood. See, there is your molded plastic parts, all hard body stuff, even nicely wired with the LEDs up front. And let's check out the frame really quick. It's a nylon frame this time, unlike their other vehicles that have a metal frame on there. The suspension is a 4-link suspension. However, it's just 4 links on the bottom. The upper link is triangulated. The shocks are out of the box. They're a spring shock like we've been used to seeing before. However, let me just spin this one around really quick. Hold on, wait for it. They give us O-rings in the kit so we could go ahead and fill the shocks if we want to. That is a first for FMS. So check this out. Here is the spring as it comes out of the box, just bounces around, and I went and put oil in this already. Look at that. Nice and plush. It's so good with the O-rings in there, and it seems like the oil's holding. I put the oil in there 2 days ago. It's still, you know, they're not seeping out or anything like that. Always a bonus when the oil doesn't leak out. All right, let's pull the body back off here. This is the next thing I want to show you. 2-speed transmission in a 2024 scale car. There's the shifting servo right there. I believe there's all plastic gears throughout the driveline on this. However, we've got 24 ball bearings in it, so I like that. I'll flip it over. You can see the slider drive shafts down below and portal axles front and rear. You got that ground clearance. You know, a lot of people are digging portal axles on vehicles, and pretty neat to see it on this rig. All right, as I mentioned, you know, all plastic gears on the inside. The diffs are locked out of the box. Universals out to the portals there. And let's move on to the electronics really quick. We're pretty much at the end of it here. We've got the 2-in-1 speed controller up top that also powers the LED lights. Right behind it is the included LiPo battery. Already talked about the shift servo. There's your steering servo with plastic steering linkages. Looks like we got a new motor here as well. This looks, I don't know, it just looks a little bit more professional to me. The Power Dash S130 motor, pretty neat look to it. And that's it. That's all you really need to know about this model. Now, it's time for us to head outside, and make sure you stick around to the end of the video because we've got something special planned. All right, let's head out. You know, when the FCX24 first came in, I was pretty impressed with the features that I saw here, but once I went out and drove it, I was even more impressed. These might be my favorite FMS mini crawlers to date. They were a lot of fun to drive and really capable as well. Out there on the trail, number one, the steering. The steering was really good on these. I was pretty impressed with the tight turning radius that it had. And, you know, considering it's locked up, I didn't put the optional differential in the front or anything like that. It turns fairly well. The steering servo has decent power to it. Where it really excels is in crawling, where it should. And with the portal axles, the clearance was awesome. It crawls up inclines very well. It goes over small roots and rocks and stuff like that really well. the shiftable transmission comes in extremely handy. In low gear, it's got a great crawling speed to it. The throttle control is pretty smooth on the bottom end. However, it lacks a little bit in drag brake. When you go and descend something, it kind of just rolls down the hill. So that's where it lacks a little bit. I don't actually really have a fix for that, but you know, I did like the forward throttle control on it and just the smooth feel of it. In high gear, this thing is fast, so much so it's almost like a 10 scale car. If you're walking on a path, this thing will take off from you. That's how quick this little car is in high gear. So in low gear, awesome crawling. In high gear, you could just take off and have actual fun with this thing. Blip the throttle, it'll actually lift the front wheels up and off the ground. It'll roll over backwards sometimes. That gives you an idea how much power this thing has. And you know, when you go and approach something, you do get a bit of that drop off. When you go up a hill, you know, it's kind of inherent of some of the smaller scale vehicles with all the electronics being packed into a 2-in-1 system. But you know, you give it a little bit more throttle, it will pull itself up and over whatever. So I really like that. The suspension without oil, it works fairly well, kind of like what we've seen before, but with this rig right here, the red one did have oil in it, so when you're watching the action video, this one had the oil, and it handles really, really well. So I would recommend going and dropping the oil in. I believe it was 6 drops of oil fit in those shocks, so definitely do that upgrade. Now I gotta tell you what my son wanted me to convey to you guys. The reverse is very touchy, and he found that out the hard way. Wanted to back up a little bit and wound up just launching one of these things off the rocks and into the lake, which actually worked out because we found out that these are pretty waterproof. After this thing was completely submerged, he kept going with it, and we wound up running at least 3/4 of a mile going by the map on the trailhead. So we put some decent run time in on these guys, and we just had a blast. My kids actually really, really love these. It's pretty cool that they give you some free stuff in the kit. That's a neat little promo. I don't know if this is for sure going to last forever, so maybe you want to jump on these now if you're looking to get some spares. And I am really looking forward to what we could do with these cars, because I noticed on the box they have a bunch of options available for it as well. So you could go and modify these even more, and they work out well out of the box. So with the options, I'm sure it's going to be a lot of fun. All right, now to talk about that thing that I mentioned early on that you needed to stick around about. We're giving one of these away. Actually, we're giving a few things away, and what we're gonna do for this is, since we had some problems with some spammers in our comments, we're gonna do it the old way that I've always done giveaways. What we're gonna do is I'll have a link in the video description below so you can go and register. You'll be transitioned over to the RC Driver website, where I need you to put in your YouTube name, your real name, and your email address. This is the best way I could figure out so I can contact you directly, and you don't have to worry about any spam, you know, ridiculousness that people are doing in our comment section. I will be the only one that has that email address. So do that. I also need you to go over to the FMS YouTube channel, give their channel a like, a follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. And once you've done all that, let me know in the comments section below that you've entered the contest. You could just say, I entered. You could say something funny if you want. That would be pretty cool. But yes, we'll be giving one away. We'll also be giving away several discount coupons and some free mouse pads. The FMS threw it out there to give away. So yes, we will pass it on to you guys. All right, let me know what you think about these in the comments section below. While you're down there, hit that subscribe button and the notifications bell. Throw the video a like, and we'll see you back soon for some more RC Driver videos.